You wake up, grab your phone, and instantly feel like you are already behind. You see people making money, getting fit, and living your absolute dream life. And you sit there wondering why your brain feels like a massive foggy mess. You tell yourself today is the exact day everything finally changes for the better. But by 2 in the afternoon, you're scrolling again, feeling completely drained. It's not because you're lazy or lack basic human ambition. It's because your brain is currently wired to completely fail you. Every single notification and cheap dopamine hit is quietly draining your true potential. You're stuck in an endless loop of wanting more but doing exactly the same. That quiet regret you feel right before falling asleep in your bed at night? That is your potential screaming at you to finally wake up and take control. If you're tired of watching others win while you stay permanently stuck, hit subscribe and give this a thumbs up to gain some serious clarity. Look, the world is perfectly designed to keep you comfortable and highly distracted. Every single app and ad wants to steal your focus and your energy. They want you to trade your valuable tomorrow for a cheap thrill today. They thrive when you are passive, tired, and easily manipulated by your screens. Most people stop right here, quietly accepting their boring fate as completely average, and that is the absolute biggest mistake you can make right now. Because what I'm about to show you is a massive unfair advantage. Society constantly tells you that you just need more motivation or a new planner. That is complete garbage, and you know it deep down in your gut. Motivation is a fleeting feeling, and feelings disappear the second things get actually hard. You do not need a generic motivational speech to fix your broken life. You need to aggressively rewire your baseline dopamine levels starting right now. Let's look at the cold hard math for a quick second. The average person spends 4 hours a day on completely mindless entertainment. Over 30 days, that's 120 hours of pure wasted energy. That's 3 full work weeks lost every single month of your precious life. Imagine redirecting just half of that time into building wealth or optimizing your health. Psychologically, you are suffering deeply from something called the sunk cost fallacy. You think because you wasted yesterday, today is already completely ruined anyway. So you numb your brain with another quick hit of empty instant gratification. But here's where it gets even worse for your future self. Every time you choose comfort, you physically weaken your brain's vital frontal lobe. You are actively training yourself to quit when things get even slightly difficult. You are making absolute failure your default biological response to everyday stress. The next point will completely change your entire outlook on how you spend mornings. If you get this step right, you will never see true focus the same way. But here's the brutal truth you desperately need to hear today. This is exactly where everything changes for you from this moment on. Your problem is not a simple lack of motivation or a lack of energy. Your problem is a massive lack of true identity and firm daily discipline. You still see yourself as someone who tries instead of someone who actually does. You constantly identify with your bad habits instead of your ultimate future goals. Listen to me very closely about how you view your own daily actions. Discipline is not a punishment or a boring set of terribly strict rules. Discipline is actually the highest form of self-respect you can possibly ever have. It is you telling your future self that they actually matter to you. It is drawing a very hard line in the sand against complete mediocrity. For the next 30 days, we are doing a complete and total dopamine reset. You are going to starve your daily distractions and aggressively feed your deep focus. There will be no cheap dopamine for the first 2 solid hours of your day. No phone in bed, no scrolling while eating, and absolutely no easy daily escapes. You are going to force your brain to actually crave hard work once again. When you remove all the cheap thrills, the hard work actually becomes highly enjoyable. You start finding real pleasure in building your online business or hitting the gym. You stop being a mindless consumer and finally become a powerful daily creator. You start dictating the absolute terms of your own personal reality every single day. But here is the ugly part that literally nobody wants to admit to you. The first 3 days of this reset will feel absolutely terrible and incredibly exhausting. Your brain will literally beg you to go back to the comfortable digital garbage. It will try to convince you that one little mindless scroll will not hurt. And this next exact part explains why your entire life has not changed yet. You always give in when that exact inner voice starts getting far too loud. But if you actually survive this next crucial step, you will become literally unstoppable. You have to push aggressively through the intense withdrawal of your old mediocre habits. You have to physically rewire the deep neural pathways inside your own human mind. Every single time you say no to a distraction, you build a brand new pathway. You are literally changing the actual physical structure of your own biological brain. You are building tough mental calluses that will constantly protect you from everyday weakness. That is the real secret hidden behind this massive, unfair advantage you crave so badly. It is not a cheap productivity hack. It is a complete biological transformation. You are fully upgrading your mental hardware to handle massive future wealth and success. You are making winning your brand new automatic default state of daily living. This 30-day window is going to strip away everything currently holding you back. But you have to commit to the entire difficult process without any weak excuses. You cannot negotiate with the part of you that secretly wants to stay weak. You know exactly what is quietly draining your life right now, in this moment. You know exactly what you need to ruthlessly cut out for the next 30 days. The blueprint for your ultimate success is sitting right in front of you right now. So, are you going to keep numbing yourself into a completely average existence? Or are you going to finally take back complete control of your own mind?